So, since last year, you guys have had the hashtag unfinished business for this program, that sort of deal. What is the unfinished business? Is it getting that first win? Is it getting to the Sweet 16? Is it a Final Four run? What is the unfinished business?
Well, I mean, the first part of that was I think it was just motivation for us to get back, obviously, and to perform as well as we can consistently throughout the year in order to get back. But I think obviously winning the first game is part of it. It's no secret that this program wants to reach the Sweet 16, so that's part of it. But at the end of the day, we got back here. We like where we're at, and we're going to take it one game at a time. So, it's one thing to talk about unfinished business throughout the year, but once you actually get into it and you have to play it situationally, then you realize that we have Stanford on Friday, and that's where we're going to focus on in order to make it to the next game.
Kendall, there was a lot of talk last year with you guys being a potential lock for the Sweet 16, maybe even a Final Four run, and then you're upset in the first round. What did you guys learn from that experience last year that you take this year?
Just that you don't take too much of what people are saying, what people have predicted, or upsets, wins or losses, even seeding. We're going into it, and we're preparing for a talented Stanford team on Friday that stands in our way of winning our first NCAA tournament game this year. So that's where our focus has to be, and not on last year, not on what people are saying, just a complete mindset, a focus on performing our best for 40 minutes on Friday.
Kendall, can you talk a little bit about your defense this year? I know it's been a little underrated, but it's actually, your numbers are pretty high. Actually, what counts for your success?
Well, I just think it started off underrated because we were still trying to find a nice flow with kind of the bench and our style. We have a new coach and who has let us operate a little differently on the offensive end. So I think our defense has been hidden a little bit. So, but we had those accolades going in last year. We had a great defense, and we didn't go in prepared enough to handle that. So we just have to take it game by game, and I think our defensive mindset has been so good because we've treated every team differently. We haven't just had this mindset or this scheme for a team. So we're going to look at Stanford, see how we can best defend them, and then going like that. So I'm happy where our team is at, defensively, offensively, the chemistry. So we're in a good place right now.
What do you think of the seed, and do you think that's the sting of Harvard, and that the argument is, okay, win some games and make things happen better?
Yeah, they're probably just telling us we got to prove ourselves. That just goes with it, with being in a Mountain West Conference, still a mid-major conference. Obviously, the stigma that happened with losing the first round to a Harvard team who, once again, this year I think is a underrated team. They're going to cause some damage. So it just is what it is. Every team in the tournament is good. It's talented. You win, you lose some. Unfortunately, the game last year they won. They had a great scheme and they followed it and they played their heart out. So this year we're gonna have to learn from that and go out there and try to from the tip really establish our presence and see how the ball goes from there.
Kendall, you've used this phrase, and I'm asked Coach about it, and he says unfinished business isn't about this team, but about the program at large. You're a senior. This is the last go for you. What does unfinished business mean to you?
It just means well, the first question I touched on, I just simply said it's been motivation throughout the year to obviously get back, and it's been motivation throughout the year to stay focused, stay consistent, so we can get back and get the best seed. And so now that's been accomplished, all the hashtags, all that other stuff is really for the birds. We understand that we have a 7 seed, we're playing a 10 seed in the Stanford Cardinal, and unfinished business to me is just going in there with the mindset that we're trying to be in there for as long as possible, compete as hard as we can, because I don't think last year that's really where our focus was. So if anything we can take out of unfinished business is just kind of an aggressive mindset that this is our last chance. I'm gonna be following the program for until I die. I'm sure the seniors will as well. But as for me as a senior, this is my last time. So that's how I'm approaching it. Is that every moment on that court, I'm not gonna have another chance.
There's not a magic number for you then, like 16?
No.
4?
No.
Kendall, how much of a challenge of it is it to come off the Mountain West Tournament championship and then come back after 12 back up in the NCAA tournament? Because third year in a row, it's
The major thing we did different was get to play on Friday, so that's nice. We didn't have a big pit party to celebrate our seed, and we came back after a championship, and we went as a team into our team room and wanted to see who we played, and got some rest last night, and now we're gonna have a week to prepare for a team at the end of the week that we feel like we can go and hopefully slow up a powerful offense that we think is dynamic, a lot of talent on that end. So we're feeling like we're in a good place right now. Nothing too different other than not doing the pit show and just really focusing on this first game and putting a lot of weight on the tournament for us right now.
Guard play, because they have size just like you guys. How important? It's always important for you guys to play well as a guard, but how much emphasis is put on, like you guys really have to be key in?
It's just a matter of us sticking to the game plan that we've had all year. But we are an inside-out team. We understand that, but at the end of the day, the NCAA tournament relies a lot on guard play. So no matter what the dynamic of your team is, you have to understand that things that you must do in order to advance, in order to be successful, and that's come through having dynamic guards, making plays, making the right plays, but also making sure your big men who have carried you the majority of the way are involved. So it's going to be a balancing act, but at the end of the day, like I said, just being a senior, understanding that you don't get too many more opportunities, just go out there and be aggressive and play the natural game that has been successful so far.
Kendall, how is this tournament different than other games, other tournaments that you guys play? And what do you tell some of the younger guys that you're hoping to get contributions from that have never been to the dance before?
Well, I mean the simple answer to the first part, and probably because it's the most true, is that if you lose, you're done. You have a tournament at the beginning of the year. All these teams go to. You lose the tournament. Bummer. You move on. You lose the regular season championship. You have the conference tournament. You have the NCAA tournament. If you're guaranteed that at least. But now, it's just it's one big pool from all the teams that deserve to be in there across the country, and it's a one-game elimination every time you're out there on the floor. So that's how you have to treat it, and I think this team is really focused. We've made sure that these new guys, young guys, have understood that throughout the year that this is where we've been trying to come. This is what we've trying to achieve, and we're not satisfied. We're trying to go out there on Friday and advance.
This program has always played well, kind of with a chip on its shoulder kind of deal. What are your thoughts on the number 7 seed that you guys just landed?
Felt like we could have maybe got a seed or two higher, but I don't think this team needs any extra motivation, unless one of their guys comes out and starts talking about our moms or something, I think that's about the last thing that could really boost us much further. We've had the unfinished business tag. We've had such an emphasis on this upperclassmen class, especially the seniors, so the motivation is there. The hunger is there. I don't think energy will be an issue, so it's just a matter of preparing these next few days. I think that's the biggest thing we've realized is that the days leading up to it are just as important as the day of the game. So we're really just going to prepare these next few days to make a nice road trip to St. Louis and be successful out there.
All right, let's switch it up so we can get Cam in.
Thanks, guys.
Sorry,